Hey everybody, so a little update on the 76 Jeep J10. I tracked down, I think the original owner, maybe not, I'm not sure, still trying to figure that out, but I did track down two prior owners of the truck. Got a lot of history from the thing, because I'm trying to find out the title, who has the title for the car, because I need to get a title for it. But the small amount of paperwork that was in the vehicle, believe it or not, the tire warranty on here. I'm pretty sure he's the original owner. The tire warranty on there is from like 79 or 78 or whatever, and his name was on there, and it was also on there for like 2000 or 96 or something like that. I can't remember the exact years. I have to look at the paperwork again for tires. So I typed his name in Google, and sure enough, it popped up. Unfortunately, he passed away in the year 2000. His son, however, is the same name, Junior. And I found him at the school board there in Pennsylvania, contacted the HR, and she took my information down, and he contacted me. And they told me who they sold it to, and I tracked him down. He lives here in Virginia. So now I know how it came from Pennsylvania to Virginia. I contacted him, and as I was leaving a message, it got cut off. When I tried to call again, it just went straight to voicemail, which means they blocked me. But then he called me, like 30 minutes later and said his wife had blocked the number because they get a lot of spam calls. I figured that was the thing. And thankfully, I got my name and number in that message before I got, blocked. So he contacted me, and he told me that he purchased it from his friend's wife. And his friend is the original owner, who passed away in 2000. He died from cancer. He was I could hear him starting to cry a little bit on the phone. They must have been good friends. And he told me, his friend purchased the truck, and they used it on the farm, as a plow truck and whatever truck they needed to do truck things, He went hunting in it and hunting turkeys and stuff like that. And he told me after his friend passed, I'm not sure if the original owner's family were going to get rid of the vehicle, so that's why he purchased it. He purchased it for sentimental reasons, because of, he told me he basically drove the truck all the time. His friend basically let him drive this J10 all the time, so a lot of memories built up in this truck after 10 or 15 years. So that's why he purchased it from them, and he used it as a plow truck because it originally had a plow on it, and but he only had it for about a year or two. And then he sold it to the guy that I bought it from, who I guess owned it for 20 years or 15 years or something like that. And that guy didn't have a title for it. He gave me some weird cockamamie story of why he doesn't have the title, and whatever, I bought it for $800, bill of sale. It was a piece of crap, it was falling apart. You guys know everything I've done to the truck. But this second owner who purchased it from his friend still has the title. Unfortunately, he just sent me pictures of it, and it's a copy of the title, from like a fax machine copy. So, but it does have his signature, and it does have his friend's wife's signature. So they did sign the title over, but he just has a copy of it. He can't find the original copy. So, and he didn't transfer it to Virginia. It's still registered in Pennsylvania. So, I don't know if I can get the title from him because of that. So I need to go to the Virginia DMV, tell them, this story of how I tracked him down, and, show them the picture of the Pennsylvania title that he has, and see if it is possible to transfer the title over to me, or if Virginia can just issue me a new title. Clearly, he has no problem doing that. The guy that bought it from him, who I bought it from, didn't care about the title, he said. The second owner told me that when he sold it to that guy, he didn't care about the title. He just wanted it as like a farm truck. So that's why he never had the title. I don't know why he just didn't tell me that in the first place when I bought the vehicle from him. It would have saved me a lot of hassle. So yeah, that's where the title is. That's who has it still. But I just don't know if we can transfer it to me based off of a copy that he has, even though it is him, you know. So we'll see what Virginia says. Hopefully they don't fight me tooth and nail over this. And maybe they'll just give me a title for the vehicle, you know, because I'm the owner now. So, but yeah, it's really cool learning about the history of the vehicle. You know, he bought it originally as a, you know, work truck, and he used it as a work truck on the farm and plow and hunting truck. And, you know, his friend bought it, you know, after he passed away, and, you know, he bought it to save the vehicle, which is a good thing because now I have the car and I saved it myself, you know what I mean, from oblivion basically, because it was just so severely rusted out. And that's the history of the vehicle. Now, the only thing with that title I'm noticing is the VIN number. Everything matches. It is the truck, but the title says the odometer at the time of when they transferred it, you know, when he bought it from his friend's wife, that it says it had 95,000 miles on it. So 95,000 miles 25 years ago. The odometer on this cluster says 86,000. When I bought it, it only had like 83 or 84,000 miles on it. I've put a couple thousand miles on it. That's it. So the 95 and the 86, they don't match. So either the guy that I bought it from put a new cluster in, or he rolled the odometer back. But something doesn't match with the odometer. It almost had 100,000 miles on it, and now it has less than it did 25 years ago. So that, or it rolled over 100,000 and it has 186,000 miles on it. But I don't see how the guy that I bought it from drove it 100,000 miles without a title or any kind of registration. So, you know, I don't believe that. So I think he rolled the odometer back, or something went bad with the cluster and he swapped the cluster over. You know what I mean? Or maybe they got the mileage wrong, you know, when they were signing it over, and they were probably thinking, well, how many miles does it have? Well, it has about 95, so that's what they did, you know what I mean? That could have been the reason. But another cool thing is this truck originally had a cap on it. So the bed had one of those AMC, you know, caps that cover, you know, they go up to the cabin up here, those white caps, you know, to protect the bed inside. And he said when he bought it from his friend's wife, it still had it. And when he sold it, it still had it. So that means the guy that I bought it from took the cap off. So I don't know what he did with the cap. I'm sure it's probably gone now. But it would have actually been cool to still have that cap. But it wouldn't work with the roll bar that I put on anyway. But anyway, let me let you guys go. Sorry for the long video. But it's just amazing how with one little receipt that I can type in on Google, and within 2 or 3 hours, I can find out who originally owned the car from 50 years ago. And then when I tracked him down, they gave me the name, you know, who bought it. And I tracked that guy down. And yeah, so now I know the history. I'm the I'm the fourth owner. It's been a farm truck its whole life. So that's why the vehicle was so rough. It's just been used, you know what I mean? And it's funny, 50 years of use, and this thing is still going. It just shows you how well they were actually built. Even though they rusted out badly, they were still built really well by AMC. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little history lesson of my 76 J10.